You're listening to the Armchair GM Sports Network.
This is Rod Mahood, your in-game voice of the Niagara IceDogs, and you're listening to the Dog Pound Podcast on the Armchair GM Sports Network, your podcast source for all game analysis, team interviews, and up-to-date news regarding the Niagara IceDogs.
Perlini! Overtime! IceDogs win! They score! Verhaeghe was also jamming away. It's a power play goal for the IceDogs. And they score! Ho-Sang, first goal as an IceDog. Strome stops Shipley. Ritchie scores! Gets it to Akil Thomas. Thomas has the angle coming in. He scores!
Welcome back to a very special edition of the Dog Pound Podcast, the official podcast of your Niagara IceDogs, proudly brought to you by Global Pet Foods, where pets are undeniably part of the family in all four of their great Niagara region locations. Brandon Caputo here, and I'm pleased to be joined by a very special guest for another alumni interview here. Very happy to have former Niagara IceDog and now Nashville Predators forward Phil Tomasino on the show. Phil, thanks so much for taking the time. I know it's a busy time with NHL preseason and everything else you got going on, trying to get your best and get it ramped up for the NHL season, but it's great to chat with you once again. There's a lot of people in Niagara that still love keeping tabs on you. Wish you all the best here.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you having me on here.
So, Phil, when we look at it, you just signed a one-year extension. We'll kind of talk about that quickly. You signed a one-year extension with Nashville, going into your fourth, season with that organization between Milwaukee and Nashville. What really gets you in a good place this year for 23 now? You know, you're getting to that stage of your career where you really want to take a big step. So what should we look for you in a Nashville jersey this year?
Yeah, listen, it's exciting. There's been a lot of ups and downs so far for sure, but it's a new year. Really excited. I think definitely worked really hard this summer, improved a lot of different kind of aspects of my game. So just really excited, and like you said, hopefully this is an opportunity for me to have a good year. And I think camp's gone well so far. So just really excited to get going again here. Really looking forward to it. So.
What's something you've really learned from your years grinding down there in the AHL with Milwaukee? Like, what's something that maybe when you were still playing in the OHL, you've kind of really had to learn here and adjust to with your game as you've grown into an AHL and NHL player here?
Honestly, I think a lot of different things, but I think just little details. Especially like in playoffs. The last 2 years I've been in Milwaukee for playoffs, and you have no room and no space out there when you have the puck. So. Just kind of trying to adapt to that and kind of playing that kind of, that style. Definitely a big learning experience for me. So I'm glad I kind of went through those, when I did, and kind of improved as both playoffs went on the last 2 years. So I think that's just something going forward that I think if it ever happens again, I obviously have those experiences to lean back on, and I think it will make me a better player for sure going forward. So.
I know you're a Mississauga native, and you obviously were here in Niagara. You were in Oshawa or for that short time. Was it a little bit of a culture shock going down to Nashville, Tennessee? I've been there a few times personally. I have a few friends down there, and it's definitely a little bit different than maybe the GTA. But what have you liked from that transition? Does Nashville kind of feel like home now for you?
Yeah, it's really different for sure. Especially the first couple times I came here. The weather's a big thing. Obviously, when you compare it to back home, I think. Anywhere in the southern U.S. would be a big difference than Toronto for sure. But no, I love it. Like you said, I think this is my home now, and obviously always love coming back home. But this is just kind of gotten used to the city, and obviously everyone in our organization. But just kind of like learning different spots in the city. It's been awesome. So really grateful to be in a city like this. It's unbelievable. And you even look at our organization, how well run it is, and everyone in there is awesome. So just even the building, the fans, it's incredible. So I've been very grateful to kind of have that even in junior, and like you said, Niagara and Oshawa two great spots in terms of fans and buildings as well. So I've been very very lucky throughout my career so far. So
yeah, when you look back at that time, your OHL and junior hockey career kind of came to a weird end there with COVID and everything. You had gotten traded at the deadline to Oshawa, and it looked like you guys were ramping up for a deep playoff run. Just how was that whole, I guess, going through that experience where the season gets shut down, a weird end to your OHL career, and then getting yourself ready to go for the next season in Milwaukee and in Nashville? Like, what was that whole transitional period like for you when you were still such a young player?
It was definitely unique. I mean, it obviously sucks, in terms of, in Oshawa, I think we had a really good year, really good team that year. And obviously we're hoping to go far, but I think the year after, I think we were going to have, hopefully one of the better teams in the league. And obviously that year got shut down. So just a tough situation. I mean, tough situation for everyone, but just really sucked because it kind of, like you said, it kind of ended my junior career without me really even knowing about it. Right. So just tough, but then ended up playing that year in Chicago in the American League just because Milwaukee didn't play that year, and ended up being a really, really good year considering everything, and learned a lot as well. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, looking back on it, would have definitely loved to, maybe to been there my 19-year-old year in Oshawa, and hopefully had a chance to win something. But I think that's just something you'll always look back on and wish it went that way. But again, it's I was very lucky to be in, like I said, two great organizations, and just had the time of my life in junior hockey for sure. So.
Yeah, and when you look back at those times, do you ever miss those long bus rides, the 3-and-3s, the trips up to North Bay, Sudbury, Sioux? Like, do you ever look back at those times a little bit different in the National Hockey League and think about those memories and those brothers that you've kind of kept in touch with and will have for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, especially when you're a young kid. I mean, going into junior at 16, you kind of don't know. Obviously, living with a new family and going to a new school, it's a big transition, but it was awesome. I mean, I think as the years went on for me, just got more and more comfortable, and by the end of it, it was, you're all brothers in there, and you're having the time of your life. So yeah, I always look back on it and just remember kind of all the good times, and like you said, when I see guys that I played with in junior, it's always fun seeing those guys now, and just kind of looking back on the experience that we had together. So definitely. I think it was probably one of the, especially those last, 2 years, but I think all 3 years in junior were some of the best years of my life. So definitely something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and just really grateful that I had an opportunity to play those 3 years for sure.
Did you know that the global pet food stores in the Niagara region are all independently owned by members of the local community? We believe that pets are truly part of the family and are a source of joy in everyday homes around the world. Yet that living, loving experience usually doesn't happen all on its own, but takes extra effort to create and maintain. And we want you to know that the owners and staff at Global Pet Foods are always there to help you keep it going, any way we can, because we believe. Proud show sponsor of the Dog Pound podcast, the official podcast of the Niagara IceDogs. We hope to see you at one of the following locations across Niagara: 3643 Portage Road in Niagara Falls, 160 Highway 20 in Font Hill, as well as 400 Scott Street and 344 Glendale Avenue in St. Catharines. Global Pet Foods, where pets are undeniably part of the family.
Cully's Original Sports Bar is your ultimate destination for unbeatable food, drinks, and sports action in Niagara. Whether you're gearing up for a big game, winding down after a day at the office, or just looking for a lively spot to catch up with friends, Cully's has you covered. Their menu is packed with mouth-watering options, from classic pub favorites to unique chef specials, all served alongside a wide selection of craft beers, cocktails, and daily drink deals. With multiple TVs broadcasting the latest sports events, you won't miss a minute of the action, no matter where you sit. Cully's Original Sports Bar, a proud supporter of Niagara IceDogs hockey. Whether you're gearing up for the game or celebrating a big win, Cully's is the place to be before and after every IceDogs matchup. Check out their menu online at cullys.com. Give them a call at 905-684-1771 or check them out on Facebook, X, or Instagram for more information. Located at 223 St. Paul Street in the heart of downtown St. Catharines, just minutes from the Meridian Centre. Open daily Sunday to Thursday till midnight and Friday to Saturday till 2 a.m. for those late night eaters. Cully's, it happens here.
Are you currently looking for work in the Niagara region? If so, you owe it to yourself to check out the services provided by the Niagara Employment Help Center, located at 6100 Thorold Stone Road in Niagara Falls. Their many free services include a fully staffed resource area open to the public, resume and cover letter writing, local labor market information, job search strategies, assistance with clarifying employment, training, and career goals, employment counseling and job search support, and Better Jobs Ontario information and registration assistance. Check out their website at ehc.on.ca or call 905-358-0021 for more information. The Niagara Employment Help Center, helping people find work since 1983.
This Employment Ontario program is funded by the Government of Ontario.
The great guys over at Hockey Stick Man are sponsoring this video. If you play hockey but are sick of paying upwards of $400 for top-end sticks, check these guys out. There's seriously no better place to shop. The guys are fun, easy, and offer a stress-free experience from start to finish. They get pro stock sticks from major junior teams right up to the NHL teams and sell them for half the price that the same stick would sell for at a retail store. To further support their mission of saving hockey families money, they offer closeout options, which entail taking last year's retail models and blowing them out for less than wholesale prices. It's literally the best prices on the internet for their sticks. And the best sticks of all may be their Pro Blackout series, which provide a top-end stick with no graphics and literally less than half the price of a branded top-end retail model. It's always been their best-selling stick despite super cool pro stock options. It's a no-brainer to shop with these guys, and trust me, they are beauties. Head over to hockeystickman.ca/thearmchairgm and get $15 off your first order. That's hockeystickman.ca/thearmchairgm to get an additional $15 off your first order when you sign up on their website. Check out our friends at Hockey Stick Man.
This is Kevin He.
This is Brady Waslin.
This is Ethan Zadig.
It's Owen Flores.
This is the Dog Pound Podcast.
The official podcast of the Niagara IceDogs.
Yeah, when you talk about Niagara specifically, you talked about that playoff run you guys had. That's actually the last time the IceDogs have made the playoffs. It's kind of been a little bit of a long rebuild here for the organization, and you're actually the last player up until Kevin He was selected in the 4th round in this past draft. You were the last player selected from the IceDogs organization to the NHL draft in the 1st round. So do you ever try to keep tabs on Niagara, see how things are going, and try to look back at the OHL career a little bit? I know you're looking forward and trying to carve your own path here in the NHL, but are you ever able to, maybe even when you go up and play in Buffalo or Toronto, those people that were still around from your junior hockey career, do you get to see them a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, here and there. I mean, I always check on, obviously I only wish the best for the IceDogs. I mean, like I said, I love that organization. I had so many great memories with them. So yeah, I guess every now and then I'll look back and see how they're doing. And obviously it hasn't been, I don't think the most ideal, couple years from them, but I know they have a couple of really good players coming up for sure. And I think they're going to be really good, hopefully this year, but it's awesome. I mean, I always wish the best for that organization just because of everything they did for me. But yeah, I think again, I can say it was the best 2.5 years of my life being there. So just made so many great memories, met so many great people that, like you said, kind of have, relationships with for the rest of my life. So just really grateful that I was able to be a part of that for sure.
When you look back at it, is there one specific memory that you can remember about playing at the Meridian Centre, maybe like a playoff game or just the atmosphere of a sold-out crowd there in Niagara? Like, is there one thing when you reflect that you look back at as your favorite memory within that rink?
You know what, man, there's honestly so many. A couple playoff games when we won in overtime, just the crowd going crazy. And especially like, you're a young kid, kind of never seen a crowd like that. And I just remember it being so loud and just so fun to play in. I mean, I would always look forward to, being at home and in front of those fans just because like we knew it would always be sold out. So, I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome place to play. And I think that's why guys love playing there so much, is because, the fans are going to go crazy. And I can't even tell you how many guys I've heard tell me that, the fans were always in their ear, on the road and just giving it to them. And, they're just like, it's one of the toughest places to play. So, I don't know if it's still the same way now, but that's what I was told when we were playing there. So just to have the fans on our side, the support like that is unbelievable. So honestly, too many memories for me to remember, but just honestly, those playoff games just really stood out to me just because how crazy it was in there and kind of my first experience for for a really wild crowd for sure.
Guy like Akil Thomas trying to carve out his path in the NHL with the LA Kings, and some other players that you played with as well, trying to make it and carve out their own pro careers here in the AHL or the NHL. When you go up against those guys, is it still kind of funny or weird being able to go up against some guys that you were great teammates with back in junior? And those are relationships you never lose, but a little bit extra fun out there when you're skating in warm-ups or being able to say hi to them off the ice or anything.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to play against Akil too much just because of I guess scheduling wise and league wise. But yeah, it's always fun, especially guys you play with in junior for a while. Like we were together for 2.5 years, and obviously a guy I really leaned on when I was younger, and just an unbelievable teammate. So yeah, it's always cool. Hopefully, get the chance to play him a lot more when he's in LA and I'm here. So I'm looking forward to hopefully get a lot more chances. But again, he's one of those guys to look back on, and was always there for me if I ever need anything. So really, really grateful to have had a support through my younger days there for sure.
And as we kind of wrap up here with you, Phil, a couple more for you quickly. You were a 5th overall pick in the OHL draft. Sometimes guys are drafted in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round are still able to break through for great careers. What would be your advice to some of those rookies that are coming in? It's you have a lot of high expectations. Last year, the IceDogs had 2 first top 5 picks, Ryan Robrick and Ethan Zada, and then this year with Brady Wasslin, 4th overall. Like, what would be your advice to some of those younger players that come in with the high expectations and trying to get their feet wet in the league, but also being relied upon in big situations to produce early? Like, what is your message for those guys and being able to get to where you are, being a 1st round pick in the NHL and obviously playing in the NHL?
I mean, honestly, just go to the rink, with a smile every day. And don't take anything for granted. I think, for me, just like personally, I didn't have a really good first year. I only had 5 goals my first year, and was not even close to I guess what I had hoped for or what I kind of expected even out of myself. So that was tough. But again, I think just put in the work, be happy, be a good teammate. I mean, those are all the things I think you can control. And I think if you're a good teammate, people want to be around you. I think success will follow you. So again, I kind of went through a similar situation. I didn't have a great first year, but I think if you put the work in, eventually, things are going to catch up. So I guess just honestly, be happy, be a good teammate, and just do everything you can control. Some things are out of your control, and just try and focus on kind of being the best teammate and person you could be for sure.
And lastly, there's a lot of different routes these days, Phil. Like when you look at it, you can go the NCAA route, BCHL is becoming big, USHL. The CHL is still big and prominent in that sense. What do you think is the best, I guess, selling point for you wanting to be an OHL player going through that, and why do you think the OHL has developed and prepared guys to be such great NHLers? We've seen so many. It's the number one developmental system for NHL talent and things like that. So as somebody that's gone through that system and now in the NHL yourself, why do you think the OHL and the CHL in general prepares you the most? Like, is it the amount of games you play, the talent level? Like, what is it in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's definitely competition. I mean, just having guys that are drafted at 18, 19, and you're 16, I think just the level of competition is awesome. I mean, and again, schooling is great too, but you have to wait, I guess, 2 years till you can go to school as a Canadian kid, right? So just to be in the OHL at 16, 17, gain those experiences, and I think you mature a lot. I mean, for me, moving away from home at 16 is tough, but at the same time, I think it teaches you a lot, outside the rink as well, and that just helps you on the ice, maturing, kind of being by yourself, meeting new people. I think it's awesome, man. I mean, like you said, I think that's why a lot of guys go through there and end up being, NHL players. But, and now even like I have a couple of buddies who went to school after with the OHL package as well. So, it's awesome. I mean, I think it's a win-win situation. And, I think it's the best junior league. I've heard a lot of WHL guys and Q guys say otherwise, but, listen, I think it's just, like you said, the competition is awesome and just pushes you to be better every day. So I think it's, I think I made the right choice. And, I think it's like I said, it's an awesome league, and really, really happy I chose to go that route for sure.
Yeah, it's all under the CHL umbrella, so it's all the same thing if those guys want to brag about
it. Exactly.
But IceDogs alum Phil Tomasino, current Nashville Predators forward. Phil, thanks so much for taking the time. Wish you all the best this year in Nashville, being able to have a prominent role on that roster, and we look forward to getting into the regular season. You're one of the people that everybody in Niagara here still keeps tabs on, and still have those magnet calendars that we used to give out for the season. So thanks so much for doing this. Always wishing you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope this year goes well for you guys as well.
You're listening to the Armchair GM Sports Network.